and in high school, and because, you know, I thought there was nothing to live for when these things got me down. And 16-year-old Greg, 15, 16-year-old Greg is a lot different than 23-year-old Greg. And now, not just now, like a few years after that, but from 18 to 23, I've realized that I was letting external factors and like societal constructs mold who I was. So like I was letting like the high school crowd define what I wanted to do and define my happiness and define who I was as a person. And I lost my identity of like who I was. We all have a different identity. And I rerouted from that because my mind was so consumed on things that were unrealistic and I could not achieve. The basketball and the girl. And I fell away and I made some consequential decisions, as you just heard. And long story short, I got sent to a residential treatment center for a year, out of state. And as dramatic as that situation was, and as painful as it was, leaving my family, leaving my brother, who was 12, who needed his big brother at the most at that time in his life, it was very beneficial at the same time. Because I was able to reflect and identify that I was selfish, that I made selfish choices, that I put my energy in the wrong things, and basically I like learned to admit what I was doing wrong and take ownership of that and plan an action to change each situation. That's what I did, and slowly but surely things started to get better. I became happier. By the way, I was on antidepressants, and basically at age 18 I went off those, and haven't been on them and haven't had depression in 6 years almost, and I know I'm not going to have it again, because I've still been through very, very tragic times and hardships, even in college. My little bro Kay passed away, and I realized that in high school I thought, oh, that was the worst time I could ever experience, but like, you know, going through that, like losing one of my best friends, you guys probably know, of course, you're Greek life people. Imagine how painful it is. So like, it really puts things in perspective, and I just did a lot of growing and a lot of like identifying like what really matters. And you know, those things in high school didn't matter. It just got me down, and like I just realized like that I needed to reshape my priorities. So that's the main. So yeah. So that was like a combination of the first point, which is also the 13th point, and admit what you're doing wrong, and then like a background of like my high school experience. Second point I want to make, which I think it's like the 7th point in the book, is identify your life's purpose and capitalize on what sets you apart. So this is more of just like a motivational, inspirational, like, you know, we're all unique individuals. We all have positive traits and negative traits. And like, there's no point of focusing on like getting better at something you're bad at rather over focusing what you're good at. Like, literally. Like, we all, whether it's, you know, I don't know, just there's all kinds of, we are so unique as individuals, and we have so much to offer this world, and like, you gotta have like that self-worth and that desire and that drive to capitalize on what sets you apart from people around you. And for me, you know, I was like, okay, I really enjoy helping people. Like, yeah, I know like everyone likes to help people, but like I want to like do it in a unique way. So like my